Well, just so you know, if you guys comment, I won't be able to see your comments because I'm driving. Today's mission was to take cousin Dorety to get her flu shot and COVID booster, and to bring her groceries. But because I was having to put her in the van, I couldn't bring the dogs with us, with me. So Mrs. Biggins is at home with them. We'll give them their whipped cream when we get home so they don't feel cheated. And she also got her RSV shot, which is for respiratory. And we also got her test strips. And then once again, she brought up, I want to check for the vitamin B6, 50 milligrams. Because, you know, I could only get 100, so she's got to cut them in half. I could get 25 at the vitamin store, but they're fucking super expensive. So anyway, I put it in the shopping cart to order from Amazon. It's like $9. But we're over there at the pharmacy, and she's like, what's taking them so long? I said, well, they're busy, Dorety, but they'll get to you. And she was just there, miserable, face drooling. What are you doing down? Because I'm down there, you know, checking her in and all. And while I'm there, there's people sitting down there waiting for prescriptions and also to get their shots. So I was being friendly. I was talking to them and all because they really don't have enough help. And the woman behind the counter was doing a lot for whatever it had to schedule her. And they were again complaining about their computers. And so I'm talking to the people that are down there waiting because I figure, you know, if I'm friendly and talking to them, they're not going to get pissed because I'm sitting there holding up everything. So when I go down, I'm like, they said, does she want to get the RSV shot too? I said, is there any problem getting that on top of the flu and COVID? She said, no. Like, she's a fucking doctor. So anyway, I walk down there and I'm like, you want to get the RSV shot? What's taking so long? You're down there having a good old time, having conversation. I said, because I'm trying to, you know, I'm just talking to people while they're checking me in. Answer my question. You want an RSV shot? Well, what are the side effects? I said, I don't know. You can ask them when you go in there. Will my insurance cover it? I said, that's why they're pushing it, because you're 100 years old. Your insurance covers everything. Okay. So when we get in there, she says, will it help me breathe better? She says, well, it's like a form of pneumonia, she said. It prevents you from getting whatever. But she was all like, eh. And when we took the walk from the parking lot back to the pharmacy, she had to stop. And I said, you know, when you wouldn't have to stop, if you had a wheelchair, we'd load you in it, and I could push you, and I could push you back there, and I could push you up and down the aisles. I told her on those days, those rare occasions I take her out, I would take her to Walmart. And she wanted to go. All right, Smudge. I can't read your comments because I'm driving, guys. Oh, shit, I'm running the light. I was going too fast, put on the brakes. We're going to have rain today, it turned out. We weren't supposed to. Oh, here's this show off. Nah, Nevada. Excuse me for eating in front of you. I don't want to. I wonder if Holly will eat that cheeseburger. Take the pickles off. And I'll leave her some fries. So, getting her out of the house was a challenge again. Now, I'm trying to get her, number one, to get a wheelchair, but she wants to get a stair lift for the front steps so she can get up and down. And those outside stair lifts are, first of all, the problem with that is it says to the world, person with mobility issues, here, it sends a message to people that are bad in the world, like criminals. They could say, oh, there's an old person lives here. Let's go in and steal their jewelry, or they probably keep money in the house. Let's go in here. But I said to her, the way her house is laid out, you could have a ramp out the back door that wraps around the house down the ground level. And that way you could get in a wheelchair right here, be wheeled all the way out to the van, and not have to get, could actually get, they do make those like stair lifts for a van. It's the passenger seat that goes down and out. But you could also get a wheelchair van, which she won't want to spend the money for. But I don't know. It could make her life so much easier. Just to be able to wheel out, to sit in her wheelchair, and that's it. I wheel her out to the car. I wheel her into the car. I could take her to stores like Walmart, Target if she wanted, or ShopRite or Acme, the grocery stores. Ooh, what is this? Chevy Equinox. That's a nice looking car, and it's blue. This is Biggins. If you were watching, you'd like this. I'm briefly looking at the comments because I'm driving. This is Biggins. The reason she's not with me today is because, well, we split up. Now, I had to take cousin Dorety to get her shot, and when we go, the dogs come with us when we go shopping and bring her groceries on Friday. But because I had to get cousin Dorety out here, the dogs would be a problem. So Jesus, I left the dogs at home and she stayed with them. I should have recorded. She was right. I should have taken some pictures in there or some video of her bitching and walking. What's taking them so long? And then she was like, because after they pull her in and they give her shots, she's like, is that it? And she goes, yep. She goes, you already gave me 3 shots? So I jokingly say, were you in the same room we were? The pharmacist kind of checks says, yeah, I just didn't notice. I said, well, that should be taken as a compliment by the pharmacist that she couldn't tell. You gave her shots. Ow. So we get out And I said, "Do you need her to wait?" And she said, "You know what? Not really. They did want you to wait for like 15 minutes, but now that she's on her sixth shot, she doesn't need to wait." So I hauled her ass out to the van. And again, she wanted to use that little plastic step stool. And I said, "No, I'm going to get you a better step stool that's wider and safer." So anyway, I forget where I was the other day, and I saw them. Did I see them? I think it might have been Walmart, but they're better than those plastic, like those plastic molded chairs, but they make them like a step stool. She's got one of them. My parents had them too, and they're slippery. If they get the slightest bit wet, they're slippery and they can tip easy. Whereas they make these metal ones, it's a big rubber thing, and it's got these metal legs that stick out. And it's wider, it's sturdier, it doesn't get as slippery. Oh, why do I have to figure this out? Well, time eventually is going to solve this issue. I was afraid that was another dead skunk. I must stink when I go anywhere now because we pass so many dead skunks. There was a report that there was like 7 or 8 out in the city where I'm at right now. There was like 7 or 8 cases of rabies. I'm sorry. I'm checking in. I forgot I was even. Chef Steve's popcorn. The fuck is that? That's like a trailer that's being towed. I bet you they make popcorn like all kinds of shit. By the way, Sunday I'm doing a breast cancer walk in Ocean City, and I'm going to check out Johnson's when I'm over there. And I'm going to ask for a sample of every freaking thing. I'm getting older, though. I don't know if I can make this walk or not. Just kidding. Depends on that. I think it's usually like, it might be a mile or 3 miles. They have a run, too, that the show-offs do. I ain't got time for that horse shit. I should have the camera turned around here. Well, you can kind of see it out the back window. But this road is just so peaceful. It's tree lined. I don't know what the fuck I'm pulling up on. Well, it's brake lights, so it's probably turning. Going somewhere. He's pulling off the side. It's a county worker. Oh, God. Crescent Boulevard. It should say Crescent Moon Boulevard. Excuse me. But this road is just so peaceful. And even though you can't see it most of the trip, right over to the side, there's a river. See, Great Egg Harbor River. And as we come up here, we actually come up on docks and my favorite little bridge. So yeah, cousin Dorety was a little disappointed at the speed. Oh, that was the other thing I forgot to tell you. After we wound up, our appointment was 10:30. She didn't get her shot till like 10:55. And then when we walk out to get in the van, which is basically the speed it took us to get back here, was like the speed a glacier moves. So I get her out to the van, and then the woman that was behind us, next in line to get a shot, came out, got in her car, and Dorothy's like, "She's already out." And I said, "Well, we got them warmed up." Why'd she get it? And I'm like, she was just out. She's already out. I guess she wanted her to wait a half an hour too. But you know, if I remember correctly, especially with the COVID vaccine, when you open a bottle, you have to use up all 5 doses in that bottle within a certain amount of time or that day. So to be honest with you, it looked like they just took everything out of the refrigerator and had to either wait for it to cool down a little or warm up a little or something. Oh, she's out already. Always worried about someone else. But I did get her no frills, orange coated aspirin from Walgreens. Aspirin doesn't go bad, does it? I said, well, it might have. I said, not for years. I said, we can check. She goes, oh, maybe since we're here, I'll get an extra bottle. Or I'll get a bottle. I have my credit card. I said, yeah, all right. So I got her the bottle. And every time I go in this Walgreens, they're like, oh, I got to reboot this register. Here, let's go down. I always head up to them, and I go down to the first register on the right because that's the one we always wind up at. And he's like, no, I'll take you down here. I go down. He's like, ugh, I have to reboot it. What? He said, what, are you psychic that you knew I was going to take you down here? I said, well, not psychic, but I'm used to a pattern, and every time we wind up down there, you fucking moron. I didn't say that though, but that's what sometimes as an adult I've learned to just be kind. But in my mind, like I'll say, no, it's just this has happened before. When in reality, in my mind, I'm saying it happens every time. You fuck. Oh, here's the house that had the Trump DeSantis flag. I guess that kind of fell apart. People might be happy with DeSantis, but that is one weird freaking dude. I don't know. Maybe people consider my laugh funny or my mannerisms funny. I know everybody commented in bad then that, oh, his accent, his mannerisms, and all that. I got news for you folks. That's the way I talk, and that's the way I move. I just had an idea. Actually, that might work, folks. So I'm down in the final stretch getting home. I survived. The only problem is now, well, it's about regular time I get home. But it's Dorety slowed my day down a little. But I got to tell you, I think I'm just going to take it easy most of today. Although I just found out that my Blu-ray copiers, to make the Blu-rays, the 3 units went bad, and I ordered 3 more that were supposed to come Tuesday, and now according to Amazon, they're coming today. Now that's good news, but man, that app is fucked up. Do not order something expecting to have it in a day or two, even if the site says a day or two. And like I ordered my sister, because she's about to start chemo like a week from today. I